I believe I got the car you were describing at the gas station in Sandy right now.
Okay, keep an eye on it.
I think he's inside with, Benicio's gas station.
Hello, boys.
Hey.
Hey.
I'm meeting now. I'm gonna be off radio. Okay.
10-4.
How's it going?
It's going. Just watching a big shootout in the middle of the city.
It's pretty crazy, huh?
Yeah, they've been going at it for like 20 minutes.
That do be how it be these days, you know. Everybody's warring, everybody's fighting.
For why?
It's a very good question, Lando. It's a very good question.
All these people got their priorities wrong.
What should they be focused on? What do you think?
Making me more money.
You?
Yeah.
How are they gonna make you more money?
Well, I have a great new upstart, up-and-coming small business idea.
Go on.
Well, it's patented, so you can't steal its idea. So just so we all are on the same page.
You've been verbally NDA'd.
You've been
listening.
verbally NDA'd.
Understood. I sign. Verbally.
Well, I want to start not even really a company. It's more like a project, but I want to advance the technology of Los Santos, and I want to build a wormhole so we can travel through space and time. They should all be working for me.
Is that a
Doing
good
manual
idea?
labor. Why wouldn't it be? Also, I don't know where we're going. I'm just driving a car.
Well, all I can picture is, like, you know, you open a portal, and then there's two Norman Bones. You open another portal, and there's another Norman Bone. We struggle enough with one. We don't need more than one.
Well, what if the two Norman Bones that we open up are like really against that Norman Bones, and then they're like, here, we'll deal with this, and then here you get to be the new Norman Bones, and then I'm the new Norman Bones, and then they're like, all right, we'll see ya.
They could destroy each other, and that would be a plus.
I mean, I'd watch
Indeed.
them fight.
Be pretty cool.
Might take
Yeah.
a Norman Bones to kill a Norman Bones.
Yeah, maybe.
So
Okay.
what is it that you said we need to talk about?
We need to talk about the these orbs.
Sorry, just something in my throat. Orbs, huh?
Yeah.
What kind of orb are we talking about?
Orbs?
Some pretty dangerous ones, pretty interesting ones. Ones that might have been on an island.
Which island?
One that I took a trip to.
And
Oh, you
what were
took a
you
trip?
doing on this island?
Not too much, man. I was dead.
We're there where? There's a few islands with a few orbs. It's depending on how you answer is how the story goes.
I'm on about the orb in Purgatory.
Huh. Okay. Yeah. What hypothetically, allegedly, what about it?
What do you know about purgatory?
Well, we're doing hypotheticals. Hypothetically, I died and I was there for a while.
Oh, way, you died?
I didn't say I said hypothetically. But yes, I did.
How did you get out?
you're asking a lot of questions, and I'm not getting a lot of answers.
Well, I mean, like this is all like it all comes back on to like what
Okay,
got you into
we
this
ask a
situation?
question, you ask a question.
Yeah. Oh, sure. That's fair. That's fair.
Okay, how did I get out? I was pulled out.
Mm.
Hmm.
Violently. Sorry, you ask a
Um,
question. That was
no,
two back-to-back
It's
questions.
okay. Violently, I'd say probably yeah, but no one got hurt. That's what you're asking.
Okay.
Okay, what
That's
do
a
you
first.
what do you guys know about these orbs?
Well, I know a decent amount, allegedly, hypothetically,
We're
potentially.
somewhat experienced with these orbs.
Listen, before we go anywhere, I'm not talking to you as a marshal, okay? This is more of a personal thing.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool.
So this is all off the record, right?
Off the record, yeah.
Okay.
And I won't. That's perfect. Then I won't talk to you as former aider of the Sanguine Isle that never got caught.
How'd you get out of there?
Let's just say, let's get some friends in high places.
Let's just say
Step into my
submarine.
office.
You have an office?
You don't have an office?
Step into my office.
Of course I do.
Sorry.
Okay.
Throat's been acted up.
Yeah, mine too.
He's got bird flu.
Yeah. Chicken pox, bird flu. Whole thing. Oh no, did I get you sick?
Yeah, I think you did, man. That's pretty fucked up.
Oh
Crap.
shit. Well, I'm not contagious, so welcome to my office.
Oh, this is your office? That's nice.
It's got a nice view.
Wow. Lovely.
Take a seat. Feel free. Make yourself at home.
It's so foam.
It's marble.
Yeah.
So, where were we? Oh yeah, the submarine. Yeah, the
Yeah, submarine.
non-nuclear submarine that we were threatening people with. That you know.
That was you?
Non-nuclear is the
well,
important thing.
Yeah. So
Allegedly.
see, there's this whole thing. I was working with Bass actually, all that time ago. To he wanted me to build a nuclear bomb so I could blow up Norman Bones in Purgatory, and I was like, that's not gonna work, bro. But I had a bunch of uranium rods from some well, it's no statute of limitations, right? Who cares? Yeah, there was like a bunch of Russians that flew in that had like some uranium that would like we ended up killing them at an airport. Took a bunch of uranium on my. It was really really hot, like temperature wise. Then we stole a bunch of uranium and started building a bomb. And then Bass wanted us to use the bomb to kill Norman Bones, so he didn't have to go to Purgatory. And yeah, apparently he ended up there anyway. We also had a nuclear sub.
I thought
Not
Sandbass should like end up in hell, no?
Well, you'd think.
Well, supposedly he's in purgatory now.
Supposedly according to who?
According to the
People
word
in the
on the
know.
street.
People that we trust, that they know what they're talking about.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So what about these orbs then? What do you know?
I mean, question's not what do I know, it's more what do you need to know. What do you want to know?
Well, I mean, listen. Speaking as an investigator myself, it's oftentimes best to get, you know, I don't know what I don't know, and that's why I'm asking.
Gotcha. Well,
So it's better to have an open-ended conversation about it than do things. Listen, and I'm not coming here, you know, I understand that information is a valuable currency, so maybe
it's the only one that matters.
I agree with you, and maybe I'll be able to tell you some things that you don't know.
This could work. This could
We
potentially
know
work.
there are several orbs that can communicate with each other.
Hmm.
We don't know how many or who all has one, though.
Now let's just say that. You ever watch Lord of the Rings?
Oh, like the Palantir or whatever they're called.
Exactly. This guy gets it, dude. This guy gets it. That's pretty much exactly what it is. It's like a Palantir that you can
But
like
they're
see.
dangerous, right?
Oh, well, they're only dangerous because they're corrupted by Sauron.
You think these ones are corrupted too?
Oh, don't be ridiculous. I would never.
They might be corrupted.
By who?
Oh,
Norman?
it depends. Oh, there's a few more things that go into all that, you know.
There's a few people they could be corrupted by.
These things have untold power, essentially. If you can imagine it, it might be type thing. Because let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, okay? The Storm Lord is all powerful and all being. The omnipotent, endless inevitability, right?
Glory to the cock, man.
Glory to the fucking cock.
Glory to the cock.
And these orbs, at least in my experience, are things that have descended from the heavens to the Stormlord's most chosen and righteous followers, most devout. And let's just say they're like something that they got a lot of, I guess people call it magical properties and elements. But all these things are easily based down in science. Okay? Imagine singularity. A tiny little thing you could fit in the palm of your hand, the size of like a soccer ball or a basketball, that could expand infinitely and shrink infinitely. Be just in front of your eyes, but just out of sight. Something that could suck things in and spit things out. Now, how does that happen? Who the frick knows? But it's definitely something that could and potentially does happen. Where do you go? Not 100% sure. I got a theory, though.
What's that?
I got a theory that because they're like Palantirs, that they're essentially already wormholes. That they're connected. And that if you were to figure out how to travel in between one and the other, you would end up at the other. Spit you out. Unless you took a wrong turn and then you got lost in there. But I mean, it's like a whole, it's like its whole own thing. Picking up what I'm putting down.
Yeah. It's interesting.
All the while, it's basically like a timeline that you can like see past, present, and future on all at the same time, and you can just like reach in and pick a point, and you'd be like, "Oh yeah, tell me this," and then you hear this, see that.
That's insane. That's crazy. The power that you know someone could have with that. Surely not, right?
You're telling me. Surely not. Surely
Well,
not.
there's still a lot about it we don't understand, and we haven't got a lot of practice with one of these orbs, but I
No,
don't.
no, no, no. I'm just a
We don't
things that
know
I've
if you
read.
can like control that well. Like from what we understand is sometimes these things will just like show you or like where he says you can like see or hear things from past, present, future, but you don't really seem to have control over it. You just hear random things that it wants you to hear.
Mhm.
That kind of edged up with when I was there. I heard my husband, but it didn't really make sense because I thought it was like something that already happened, you know.
Mhm. But it was something that was going to happen.
Hmm.
So, did you use one of these orbs when you were in purgatory? Because we've heard there's one in purgatory.
Use is not really the right word because I saw it, and then I also saw Mr. Bones, and then it was not too long after speaking to Mr. Bones that I was pulled out. So I didn't really have a lot of time. This is not new
Gotcha.
law. Doc is lying. I mean, you said you've heard there's the one in Purgatory, but what is it? Do you know if there's any other ones?
Well, if you've ever seen Lord of the Rings, then you know that there is 8. How many do we know about? You know, we know about a couple.
I kind of
Ooh.
assume that Norman Bones has one, but I don't. We don't know for sure.
Yeah, we just go off of what everybody else says is that there's an orb in purgatory.
Yeah.
Yeah, none of us have been to purgatory, but we
Yeah.
know some people that have been there, and we've kind of heard from multiple people that there's one
No,
there.
it's interestingly enough, it's also something you may be able to have direct lines of communication with. It's about 6 years ago, we used to own the guild hall, which is where we used to keep the thing of the past
Yeah.
everybody knows about.
What is it?
Well, about 6 years ago, we actually had an orb in our possession.
Huh?
Yeah, long time ago. Long, long time ago. That's how we know so much. Guess what? Norman Bones, a puff of smoke, started speaking to us through the orb.
6 years ago?
Long time ago. Long, long time ago.
What happened to it?
Oh, well, the great economical collapse. Lost the guild hall. Damn shame.
Yeah, it is.
Darn shame. Just out of sight. Just in front of your eyes. Vanished. Could be right there. Could be right in front of us right now. Who knows?
Don't say that. You'll freak me out.
Could
We didn't
be.
really
Could be in
completely
your
know
pocket.
how it worked, though. It was still like, we didn't really. It didn't come with an instruction manual or
Nah, yeah,
anything,
I get that. So you
and it
guys
didn't
haven't
really
had,
listen to us.
like, recently you haven't had, like, contact with one of these? Yeah.
Well, oops. Who's asking?
Me, Richard there. Look. as much as, you know, I'm in the game of information here, at the end of the day, my aim is to make sure everybody is safe and sound, and you know as well as I what this stuff is connected to.
Mm.
Who are your allegiances to? Who's important in your life, Richard?
My husband, Matt Rhodes, I'm sure you know him.
Do I?
Yeah.
Why you say like that?
I remember Rhodes.
I think he's tried to arrest me a couple times.
Guy was stalking us.
He says good
Always
things about
catching
you
us
guys,
just before something happened. So he never actually caught us.
That sounds like Matt. Just zoom off and do something else.
Well, let me ask you something. What you want to make sure people are safe, right?
Yeah.
Now, what is the length that you're willing to go to see people safe?
As I'm sure you've already guessed, I have the plague.
I've seen that it looks nasty.
But I was given a cure for the plague. But I gave it up so that we could try and develop one for everybody.
Oh,
How did that
so you
go?
like that? You like that? Okay.
Did it not work?
No, this was 2 months ago now.
Damn.
Hmm. Interesting. Here's the thing. Allegedly, the horsemen, you know, whatever signs of the apocalypse. I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, kind of see how pestilence is operating. You know, gives you the plague, then you get really sick. You'll, oh man, this sucks. I'd do anything. But then, plot twist, you don't have to do anything. All you have to do is appreciate life, and then all of a sudden, people have been getting better as soon as they're like, man, this really sucks. I want to go back to the way things were. And it's all about perspective, you know? He gives you a new perspective on life. He doesn't seem like that bad of a guy at the end of the day. Now Norman, I can't say the same for. He is doing seems a little outside of like the laws of the universe. It's going a little rogue off script. So that I get. And yeah, hypothetically, allegedly, we may have access to it. I think you're on the right path. Now, who am I to deny somebody that's trying to make this world safer and better? You know?
Well, you've told me stuff, so what can I tell you that you might not know?
You happen to know where the one on Sanguine is? It went missing.
Oh, no idea.
Yeah. You ever seen there was an altar on the north coast of Sanguine, similar to other altars you may have seen in your journeys to purgatory.
Really?
That altar used to have an orb. Yeah, used to have 2 of them. Now we only have 1.
Who do you know that has an orb?
Well, up until now, the person I knew has an orb was whoever's. Oh, I assume the one in purgatory is Norman.
Mm-hmm.
That was really it.
We know
Well-
of 3.
Who has the other? We may not know. It's up for speculation.
Hmm.
There's certainly another one in the mix.
At least one more.
I don't
Let me
know.
ask you some names.
Okay.
You know anything about David or Christina Miller? What was the other name, Lando?
Oh shit.
Oh, fuck. What's his name? Christian.
Was it
Christopher?
Christopher, David, Christopher, and Christine Miller? Was that it?
It's
Those
Christopher.
names mean anything to you? The Millers?
Yeah. Yeah, they do. How do you know those names yet?
What do they mean to you?
They were involved in a pretty serious accident.
Oh,
What kind of accident?
like a head-on collision
No.
with a train?
No. That's very specific.
Well, we saw that their profile pictures in the city hall were them in the ICU.
Well, I'm afraid to tell you what you were looking at was dead bodies.
Oh, hell.
Oh.
Hmm. Well,
How long ago was that?
And long ago?
how long they've
Yeah.
been dead for?
A few weeks, probably.
Damn.
We so certain that, and this climate, this world we live in, we so certain they're dead?
Yeah. There was autopsies done.
What kind of accident was it?
There was suspicion of foul play.
Hmm.
What kind of foul play?
I can't delve into details.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I get it. Police matters.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I've told you what I can tell you. But how did those names come across your tomes?
Hmm. I remember the whole idea, whole concept of the here, now, and then,
Yeah.
the orb. Maybe potentially we heard those names coming from some people through the orb.
We may have heard someone that was looking for those people.
Hmm. Now I know how life goes. Okay. And let's not. I ain't getting myself involved with nothing. Okay. I don't want none. I don't want nothing to do with nothing. So don't. I don't. I couldn't even gun to my face tell you who it was that was saying anything about them.
We'll just say we heard someone that was looking for them not that long ago.
Mm.
And we were looking into them and we discovered what we thought was ICU pictures of them.
No, I'm
God,
afraid not.
he's got dead bodies on the MDT.
Yeah, I don't know why they do that, but I guess, it's better than nothing, right?
Just fucking dead. Just looking
Yeah.
at dead people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm. Well,
That's
what do you
crazy.
know anything about anyone named Charlie?
How'd you know that name?
How do you know
How
that
should I know
name?
that name?
mean, there's a lot of Charlies in town, guys.
A lot of Charlies.
Sounds like we
Charlies
might
aren't
be
there.
thinking the same Charlie.
It seems like it, but in what context was his name shared there?
Hmm. You know, dangerous slopes.
It's off the books, remember.
It's in similar context to the other names mentioned.
You know what they say about coincidences. They don't happen. It's a way for people to cope with the reality in front of them. Everything that ever happens exactly for a reason. Now, what is that reason? I don't know. Maybe the context was for us to be right here, right now, discussing it with you.
From what you heard, did it sound like Charlie was there in the room?
Maybe somebody talking about him.
Talking about him, okay.
Do you know this Charlie's last name?
No, I don't. That's me being honest.
Okay.
We don't either.
All I know is someone and Charlie haven't had a conversation, or haven't had a conversation yet. Mysterious future talk. What could it mean? I got no fucking idea. But here's the reality. I'm on the quest for knowledge, okay? I'm not here to make enemies or be snitch or anything. I'm here for knowledge. And the quest and the game of knowledge. I want to advance this city. And all these things I think are steps into getting us there. Now it's just how do we apply this knowledge to get from point A to point B?
Yeah, I don't know how it connects.
I'm sure you do.
I have a theory, but I don't like it. I heard from somebody that a man in a blue suit was spotted in purgatory. You heard this?
I've heard something about that.
You know who that person is?
I've heard about them.
We don't know their name.
I don't think anybody does.
It's the extent of my knowledge.
But I know they're not dead. Which makes me question how the fuck they were in purgatory.
Now you're asking the right questions.
How did you find out about them? Who told you that saw them there? Did you see them there or someone else?
Somebody else told me, but it's not my place to tell you who.
Gotcha. It's fine.
Wait, hold on. How did you know to reach out to me in the first place about this? What led you to us?
I will say that I'm not gonna tell you exactly how. But I will say that nobody snitched, if that's what you're, worried about. I did it through my own investigation.
Well, I still want to know. Like, how did you end up bringing this to us? Like, what led you here?
You, not necessarily you, Bjorn, but the guild, you guys have popped up a few times here and there.
Popped up where?
You know,
Yeah, what does that mean?
I've been investigating this whole stuff, and the names keep popping up. So, you know, I'm around on a late shift tonight, and there you are, Bjorn, like a graceful peacock shining in the sun. And
Bjorn, go stealth mode.
what? Where'd he go?
Yeah. Not so in plain sight now, is he?
No, I mean that's brilliant.
Boo.
Holy fuck.
Yeah,
We try to keep things under wraps, so I'm just curious how you got to us.
like I said, I've been doing a lot of work, and it wasn't just nobody told me. I found that through other means.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, if we got a security leak, then we need to figure that out. Then again,
I'll say this because I don't want to leave you with any crumbs to follow. Somebody had written down some of your names in a book somewhere.
a book, you say?
Yeah. You want any bandages? You know, I need some.
Oh,
wrap
boy,
my
do
own.
I.
Can I please have some?
How did you come across this book? Was this person careless with this information?
No, definitely no.
Right there on the ground.
Thank you
Did
very
this
much.
person willingly give you the information?
Did you torture it out of him? Wait, that'd be so cool, and I'd be okay
No,
with that.
it was not willing, but no, I didn't torture
Okay, now-
anybody.
Dude, come,
Okay.
dude. You almost had me on your side. Like, oh, like that would have been sick. I've been like, okay, this guy knows what's up. What's up?
You want me to torture people? That's cool to you?
Well, it's not that we want
It's
you
not
to,
wanting,
but it's not
like it shows
like,
that you're. It shows how
Yeah.
far you're willing to go. You know, like you're about that life.
I mean, we're not like pro torture, but like if we get our hands on Gunner 65, like it's gonna happen.
True.
You know what
Fucking-
Talabin's
What's that?
nothing.
Goddamn Gunner. Always reincarnating into some other form and tormenting us. You wanna get to the bottom of everything. You gotta figure out Gunner's like soul. You gotta lock that thing up, and we gotta send Gunner's soul to purgatory so he can stop reincarnating and tormenting us.
He didn't. It's not. You're not hearing this from me, but he didn't die.
Yeah,
Gunner-
we know he faked his death. He told us.
Yeah, he told me to.
He's still alive.
Fucking bastard.
He's a bastard.
You don't like Gunner?
No.
Okay. You know how he's missing that eyeball?
Yeah.
We took it.
You did that.
Yeah, a little
Yeah.
torture prank.
Little prank we played on Gunner back in the day.
Kept stealing Delver's bike, so we had to teach him a
Kept
lesson.
shit on our doorstep.
That too.
That's pretty funny. You still got it?
Oh
We
man.
had it in a jar somewhere, but I don't know where it is now. Probably in the basement somewhere.
Might have got eaten by one of those crows that keep flying around.
Yeah. Be careful with those. I saw Noxie, the black one, set the chicken man on fire.
Ooh, hold on now, that's cool.
Yeah,
What
it's
do you know
pretty-
about the chicken man?
Richard Fritz has a pretty bad relationship with Death and Norman.
Bad relationship with everybody.
Yeah, it's pretty accurate. I mean, he's got a pretty interesting relationship with Pestilence at the minute.
So I hear.
Yeah. If you ever in trouble with the chicken man now, just go across the bridge at the lighthouse and you'll be fine. He can't go there.
I'm just kind of like nonchalant about it. I just don't really care. That's what the book taught me. That everybody is like been finding lately that I've read like 8 years ago.
He broke into our house recently.
Yeah, you
Oh,
did.
the Chicken Man book with all the old
Mhm.
pictures and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, the little coloring book.
Wait, where do you guys live these days?
Polito.
Oh. Nice. I live in Polito. Well, I used to anyway.
Really? We're like neighbors.
Well, I live in the Bay Area now.
Oh, talk about
Yeah.
a
How'd you end
downgrade.
up there?
My husband decided to buy us an apartment there for some reason. Yeah. And then he killed the HOA.
So true. You know they were clones?
Were they?
Mm-hmm.
That explains a lot.
Yeah. You know clones only have a 5-year lifespan? Which
Like
explains
the
why you don't see
expiry
them
date?
anymore. The last batch was right around 6 years ago. This is why they're not here anymore.
Oh, that's why the real HOA aren't around anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You guys are gonna like, reprint them. I miss those
Thinking about
guys.
Well, we kind of shut down Scissor's cloning factory a long time ago, so I don't know if they're able to produce anymore.
Did just like change his clones over the years because like he got like more. I'll say I won't say attractive, but less and less hideous as the years went on. That
Well, he developed a drug, actually.
you hear that?
Yeah. I put a little bit of uranium in his medicine, and he turned into a... what was he calling it? He used to be really fat, and then he started taking the uranium, and then
Is
it
it
was
the
like...
cocainium?
Oh, yeah, and he was calling it Ozempic.
He was.
Yeah, he had cocaine, and then we put uranium in it and called it cocainium.
We
And then he
polluted the
started
water
selling it
in
on the
Mirror
street.
Park with cocainium.
And he was calling it Ozempic.
That why the water was green.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was you
Yeah.
guys.
Well, yeah. I mean, not us, but like they had some uranium that they left in the bottom of the lake.
This sounds,
And they
safe.
called it the slime arc.
I'm pretty sure I saw kids playing in that, guys, and you had uranium in the bottom.
Okay, well, what do you want me to do about it, huh? Why are
What
they
can you do?
swimming in a public park? It's on the parents.
It was summertime.
It's on the parents.
See, I think Sizz was the original and all the rest were clones, but Sizz had this weird cloning facility. I think he was doing like some cell shit to make himself younger.
I think there were like
six.
six levels of clones removed.
Yeah, but what about
Like,
how'd you
like
guys-
some of the clones were on like in the hundreds. Like who was? Oh, Stanley. That guy has definitely died like at least 100 times.
Are you guys clones?
How would
Don't
we
be
know?
ridiculous.
Like,
Ask me something only a
Are
clone
you-
would know.
Are you a clone, Richard?
No.
Wrong answer. How would you know if you were a clone? You might be a clone.
Because I know I haven't any I have it. Actually, when I got knocked out by a prig when he was in prison, I could have been, cloned in when I lost
But
my
see, a
memory.
clone would take all your memories anyway. So how would you know if you were a clone? You could be the fifth
Exactly.
version of yourself, and you wouldn't know.
Only thing we know for sure is that clones are programmed to say yes and no.
Really?
Why would a clone of a person admit that they don't know if they're a clone or not? No, they'd be like denying it instantly.
See, I don't deny it because how would I know? I don't know if
Exactly.
I'm a clone, which
I don't
means I'm
fucking know.
probably not a clone because a clone would definitely deny being a clone.
Mm-hmm. Just common sense.
Yeah, you might be right.
Back to the point at
Yeah,
hand.
where did we get? We got off track a little bit there. What were we talking about?
The orbs.
Oh yeah.
We were at Blue. And him being purgatory but not dead.
Mm-hmm. Wonder how that happened.
I don't know.
What do you know anything else about this guy in the blue suit?
I know a fair amount, but there's as I'm sure you can understand, there's not a lot I can tell you. But what do you want to know?
I mean, we don't really know much about him, so you said you don't know who it
We
is.
just get like secondhand information of stuff from random people that are like really like casual in like the level of knowledge that they have, and are just like, hey, I just met you. You want to know something? Here's this.
That's the thing I miss about not being a fucking cop, man. Because people usually tell me shit, and I'd be like, oh my god, they don't tell me nothing anymore. They see the badge and they run the other way. Yeah,
Gotta hide that thing.
I know,
Hey, I
but
mean-
even still, people know who I am. You know.
Yeah.
You're dealing with, in their defense, if you're dealing with somebody that's potentially got the level of influence and power that they have, how can you blame somebody for wanting to say something out of line?
It's true.
Unless, of course, you're random gangbanger one that walks up to you and shows you one of their calling cards, so to say.
Who did that? That's crazy.
I'm not getting nobody in trouble. I'm sure they're already in enough trouble.
Probably.
That card did not look like a card you want.
What color was it?
I don't remember.
Blue and red.
Blue and red? They had two?
Well, it was in one.
There was a blue and a red one?
Yeah. Well, it was like, I don't remember if it was red background with blue in the middle or blue background with red in the middle. Not look good. It was like bragging. It's like, yeah, this is this, and I'm like, okay, dude, you had a good run.
There was a dragon on the front?
Dragon? No.
I thought you said dragon, no?
No. I didn't say nothing about a dragon.
Well, I mean,
Said-
what did you say?
I was just saying, I said like you had a good run.
Yeah, the blue,
dragon.
red, you know, that's new. We've seen blue ones, we've seen red ones, never a blue and red.
Well, so what do they mean if you've seen them before? What do you know about these things?
I mean, these calling cards, I think, are pretty, I wouldn't say public information, but they're at least close to it. They're used by this terrorist group known as the Faceless, which that is public information. And they give these calling cards out as warnings, escalating warnings, blue, red, black.
Do you know what the different color means, or the level of trouble you're in?
Blue's the lowest, black you dead.
Ooh, red's in the middle.
Yeah.
Combo.
Yeah, they got a rare one, man. They unpacked the shiny.
How much you think? Is it like value? Is this like something we could like collect and like sell as like memorabilia?
I don't think we want one of those.
I don't think you want those, man. Yeah,
Oh, come on, guys.
in terms of what I know about the guy in the blue suit, I can't really tell you a lot, but I don't know much. I'll say that.
I'm sure some things in you start clicking in your brain at some point.
Yeah. Yeah.
Things start making a little more sense.
City's kind of shit, guys. Has been for a long time.
Yeah, I thought after we destabilized the government that you guys would get it together, but I guess you guys didn't.
Don't say you guys, okay? Some of us are trying.
Tried and failed. But hey, at least you tried. Just, I guess,
Sanguine was unsuccessful. Don't forget about that.
was it? Look where we're at now.
Kind of destabilized the whole government and the city.
Would you rather have a sanguine looming overhead or be where you're at now? Tell me that.
The same one couldn't be as bad as Norman and Pestilence and the Faceless.
What the fuck? Guys,
Yeah.
there's people. I think there's people with guns over there.
Oh shit.
Let me check it out.
Sure are.
It's probably just some random gang.
Wait, did they just beat someone down?
No, I don't know. That guy just gave off like a duffel bag or something.
Oh shit, it's going down.
That's why in my office you always get all the juice.
Yeah, I guess so.
I'm gonna look out of the glass.
That's Jay Hobbs, Michael Manx, Aubrey Webster, Future Hendrix.
Oh, who's the third party coming into the play?
This might be the man. Is that guy Ginger in the middle? That might be, yeah, I think this is the man. There might be Steve O'Connor in the middle.
Oh, I'm pretty sure these guys were beefing.
Yeah, I think this is a gang meet. Maybe like a truce or something.
Or an execution.
Oh yeah, something's going down.
Yeah, sounds kind of dead. Guys, it's probably not a good idea that we stick around.
I'm pretty
You know what?
sneaky.
Follow me. Step into my other office. Close the door on the way out.
You have another office?
I got plenty of offices around here.
Pretty cold in here, you know.
Ah. Yeah, it is a bit of a draft.
God, we've learned so much, it's insane. Today, we've got so many unlocked. It's crazy, yeah. Ooh, this is nice.
That's a nice spot, right? Get to overlook the beautiful Legion Square Gardens. Notice anything about this place?
No.
Why don't you take a look above your left shoulder?
Oh, that sign? Wolves International?
I think there's a little bit more to it.
Nest Construction? That one? Epsilon Collective? That one?
Maybe all of them.
Maybe all of them.
What do you mean all of them? What are you on about?
I don't know. You're the cop. You tell me.
They're just companies, man. Right?
So? You think anything's ever that simple? Dark?
What do you know about Epsilon?
I know bits and bobs. Nothing crazy.
What do you know about Wolf's International?
Nothing.
Hmm. You know my office that we were just in?
Yeah, I saw the wolf on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
That's your boss?
It's not my boss. It's not my office either. Just walked into that building to see to have a meeting there.
Pretty messed up.
Yeah, well, if it's like what I'm thinking, it's really messed up.
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking that I don't know anything about who those people are. Yet Wolf's International is buying up and selling half the goddamn city. Now you're gonna start seeing a lot of things. A lot of things, Dark, that are right in front of your eye, but just out of reach. And they all keep going in the same circle right there. Now, I don't know nothing about the nest other than that building across the street, the emissary. They're renovating it.
Wait, which one?
The emissary across the street to the left.
The hotel?
Yep, go up to the front door, and there'll be a sign on it that says it's under renovations by Nest.
Huh.
Now I've been gone from the city for a while. I've come back to a whole bunch of things different but similar. The new Epsilon program, out of the fucking blue for me. Got no fucking idea about what's going on, who they are. But keep seeing that they're like kind of influential, right? Community outreach, this, that, the other. And then I see this sign with this company that's buying up all the real estate in the goddamn city. All the land. They connected? They certainly could be. Do I think they are? Absolutely. How? I don't know. But I have a theory that Wolf is buying up land and they gave some to New Epsilon. That's my theory. Now, why? I don't know. Who the heck is Nest? What do they do? I don't know. But I think it's all connected. You know, New Epsilon talks about a big tree, the tree of life. You know anything about the tree of life?
Only the one from the stories, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's more or less. You can just base it off that. And you know what you find a lot in trees?
Birds.
What do birds sit in?
Nests.
It's all connected.
And what just happens to be roaming around purgatory? Bunch of goddamn crows. Bunch of birds. On the other side of life. Through the veil.
Got the faceless owl.
Tree of life. Or the tree of death.
What the hell? Okay, you're throwing some shit at me right now, and I haven't processed it.
Well, let's just say that I think maybe New Epsilon may be not as upfront as they appear. Could be their tree of life could in fact be the tree of death, housing the nest for the birds. Or could be something else entirely, but the point doesn't change. This is here for a reason. These things are all connected for a reason, and I'm sure you got the resources and the tools to figure things out from where I get stuck, and I just can't
Absolutely.
progress.
Oh, believe me, You've opened my eyes today, Lando, and you, Bjorn. I'm like, you seen that movie Lucy? Yeah.
Yeah,
I feel
30%.
Yeah, I feel like my brain's just gone up 10%.
Holy
Damn.
shit.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Wait till you make the other connections about things I told you about. 50%.
Oh, I don't want to go too far because we,
Oh,
it gets
don't worry.
it gets
It'll
pretty
just
crazy.
happen. It'll just happen at one point. You'll be like, holy fuck. Is that what he was saying? And I'll be like, yeah, it was.
You're a damn genius, Lando. You're in the wrong
I know.
industry.
I know. I know I'm a genius. That's why I'm trying to progress Los Santos into the future. I've seen the technology of the wormholes. And yeah, sure, maybe I accidentally triggered a wormhole with the orb. Maybe I
What?
accidentally teleported through space and time to somewhere else. Maybe I did that.
It happens.
Maybe
People
I've
Lando's
do.
dangerous,
seen the
man.
other side of some things.
What about if you
Who
end up on
knows?
like a wreckage, and then you're gonna die?
Maybe I end up on the other side of the veil. Maybe I already have. Maybe I came back without anybody knowing the wiser.
You gotta be careful, man.
Please. I got the Stormlord on my side.
We know shit ain't sweet out here, though.
Some things aren't meant to be made to be meddled with. Maybe this is
The
one of them.
Stormlord wills it, then it shall be. I don't question.
I got a question. This might be a strange one. What does a Stormlord look like?
Well, he takes many forms, but the one in which people know him the most is Giant Rooster.
A what?
Many forms.
Giant Rooster. Big old, that's why you say glory to the cock.
Glory to the
That's
cock.
why you say it.
Glory to the cock. Because he's a big rooster.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I bet you like everybody else thought it was like a Rooster's Rest thing, which is just a coincidence.
Oh. Yeah, I did.
Yeah, everybody
I'll be
thought it was
honest.
like a restaurant thing, but it was like, no, it was like Stag, like back in the day, me and Stag were like, oh dude, this would be a cool place to work. And because they got like a rooster as like their logo, it's like we could use this.
The Stormlord led us there.
Yeah, it's like we could use this as like a campaigning place that we could play D&D out of like off the big table in the middle, right?
Yeah.
We could have that be like our campaign board. And then it's like we kind of just got like normie wagey jobs there, so we could use the place to like play D&D on Fridays.
Yeah,
Pretty
the big
small.
table was sweet for D&D.
Yeah, I bet, man.
And so that was like our slogan. It's like we were trying to like get people onto like the Stormlord. So just like glory to the cock. That's what Stag started saying.
You were like secretly initiating people into a cult? I mean,
Not a cult.
A religion?
Not a religion. It's just how the universe is. It's just we're enlightening.
It's like kind of a religion.
It can be a religion. It could not be a religion.
It
It's
could
all
be,
it's
but yeah.
kind of religious.
No way it's a cult.
Oh no. You want to talk cults? You go over to Richmond.
You want to bet new
Those
episode?
Epsilon people
Mhm.
crazy.
Yeah, they're pretty, they're cooked, but they seem like nice people.
Yeah, they're pretty nice.
They're nice, but
But why?
why are they nice?
Some people are just nice,
Sus.
Could be nice. They could be evil. Who knows? Actually, I kind of know.
Are they evil?
But that's for you to find out.
Okay. No, you're right. You're right. I gotta find that for myself.
Mm-hmm. Sure, we can come to similar conclusions.
I
You
think
seem,
maybe
you seem smart and you got way more info than I do, so you could probably enlighten me on some stuff.
Well, I hope I've given you something in return.
Oh, plenty.
Good down.
I hope, it's a little complicated when you try to talk about something like the orb, because there's so much that goes into it and comes out that it's all kind of like what's important and what isn't.
True.
So I mean, just be like
Yeah.
one of those things that happen over time,
Yeah, absolutely.
There's
Well,
something that doesn't make sense, let us know and see if we know anything about it.
Okay.
Vice versa.
Sure. Maybe I'll touch base, in like a week or so, and I'll have some more information to trade there.
Okay.
It's been an honor, gentlemen.
Well, yeah, an honor. Of course.
Glory to the cock.
Glory
Glory
to
to
the
the
cock. Let's
cock.
get you back to your vehicle.
I can walk. He's okay, guys. I thought.
Sure, it's nighttime, dude.
I mean, we're going that way anyway. We just saw that big gang meeting. Like, you might get jumped.
Okay, I appreciate it.
We'll give you a ride, don't worry. Last thing you want is to get caught out with that stealth bomber flying overhead.
Yeah. Yeah. You know about that?
What do you know about that?
What you mean, how do I know about it? How do you think I know about anything? Everything I know is through life and experiences. Sure, I like to hang out at the pier at Polito. Sure, a goddamn fucking stealth bomber keeps flying over my head like 3 times a week.
Well, an
You think it's
armored
because
car
they're trying to
rolls
get my
up on us and has
attention?
been stalking us?
I don't know, yeah.
Who's been stalking you, Bjorn?
I don't know. You know anyone
Someone
that
in
drives a
armored
blacked out
car.
armored car?
I mean, I've seen a few blacked out armored cars, I'll be honest.
I got one stalking me.
Well, if that's the case and you give me a call and I'll come out stalk them.
Okay.
Why the fuck are the guild getting stalked by the Faceless thing? You guys haven't received any, like, files or folders with your photographs in, have you?
I don't think so. Why do you ask? That's a very specific question.
You saying you've been stalked, and if you had received that kind of thing, I might have known who it was.
No, nothing like that.
The person stalking has been following us around in an armored vehicle, and then they call people and tell them they keep saying they're after the fat one. They don't because they don't respect my bulk.
Mm-hmm.
And then they keep slow rolling me in Polito in a blacked out armored car. We have no clue who it is.
Well, be careful nonetheless.
Yeah, we got ways to stay safe.
I'm sure you do. Well, I appreciate the ride, gents.
No problem. I appreciate the talk.
Of course.
Yeah, we'll meet up
that's,
again.
Yeah, we'll meet up soon.
Hopefully when you really sit down and you think about it, you'll put the pieces together.
Yeah, I think I will.
Yeah, I'm thinking you will. John Wick style.
Thanks, guys. Take it easy.
Bye.
Damn, that was so much info, man. Like, holy shit. The guild being 10 out of 10 as always. I don't even know what to begin. Me neither. Me neither, dude. they heard the big thing for me is they heard fucking Charlie's name. They heard they heard people talking about. Dude, this is crazy. They heard people talking about the Millers, and then they heard Charlie's name. Like, what the? My gut instinct is that the Faceless has an orb. But then, if you think about it, if we follow that train of thought, it's like, why? How? What the? Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Oh yeah, I told Dark about this, but I had a.
Oh my god.
I had to get caught up. It was like personal notes type deal. I made it public because I think it's some useful information. So it's 23009.
Hello.
Hello, Dark.
I just got the absolute. Like, both those conversations I've had today, one with Lang, then one with those guys. Honestly, more information on various things than, we've learned in a long time.
Oh my god, I should have sat in on that one. There was so much tea, wasn't there, that I missed out on.
Yeah?
What's the tea? Come on, give me the tea.
Yeah, sorry,
Okay,
I've been
come close.
all days.
No, you're all
I'm
good.
I'm gonna lean right up against this right here.
Right. So, this is going to get into a bit of the supernatural, okay? But
Ooh, that's my thing.
in Edgar's book subpoena, when they got him, when he came back on like the 18th, right? When he came back from purgatory because he was dead, in Edgar's book, it mentions.
I'll just gloss over that. Yeah, I'll just gloss over that.
Gloss over what?
He came back from purgatory because he was dead.
Yeah, you don't know that?
No, I did not know that. No.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, he was dead, but then he came back to life.
Oh,
He kept saying he was
Alright.
in Guarma.
Yeah, come on, man.
gotcha. Okay,
Come on,
sorry.
guy, keep up,
sorry,
man.
Sorry, right off the bat. That's some tea. All right, keep going.
Anyway, so in that book, he mentioned this orb, and there was 3 orbs he was mentioned in the book, and the guilds was mentioned in there. I think it was like Jaeger was mentioned. I can't remember who else was mentioned in there. And then today I saw Bjorn, who's a member of the guild, so I was like, okay, maybe I'll chat to him. And they're pretty open to it. I tried a bit of information, nothing too crazy, right? But what they tell me in return is quite a lot. So this orb, I do lie a little bit and say that I saw one when I, was there. I saw it too. But what they have said is that there's multiple orbs. I think there's 3. One of them's in purgatory. They have one, which is kind of crazy. And then the other one, they don't know where it is. But
How do they know there's a third one?
because they have heard things through it. And I'll get to that.
Okay.
They think that the orbs can communicate with each other. That you can talk to people through them. They're very powerful, all this kind of stuff. Now the guild are devoted to not devoted. I don't think that's the right word. They believe and trust in the Storm Lord. So Lando was very much like these things are like descended from the heavens. Now he said something interesting. He said that 6 years ago, before the economic collapse, when the guild had the guild hall up near Rooster's Rest, that they had an orb back then. And they also said that there was another one on Sanguine.
Huh.
Yeah.
So the orb could be in Roosters?
mean, I didn't even
I
think
mean,
of
just
that.
think about that. Just think about that dossier we were talking about earlier when we were thinking about Lang. That just came to my mind.
I mean, maybe. Let me finish first. I mean,
Mhm.
maybe.
Sorry, I'm cooking. I'm sorry.
No,
I'm
you're okay.
overcooking.
Okay, I wrote this down in my notebook and I can't read it, which is not a good thing. And it looks like I've wrote down asking about milkers, but I don't think they'd be asking about milkers. Oh, I know what this is. So they overheard somebody in the orb talking about the Millers. Do you remember the Millers?
Yeah.
Yes, I do. Yes.
David,
Amanda Miller, I believe, is still alive.
Amanda and Christopher, you know, David being the fucking weapons manufacturer. So they overheard somebody through this orb, like they said they overheard a conversation where two people were talking, or at least two people, and they were talking about the Millers and they were looking to find them. Right? So this must have been before they were kidnapped. But then, you know what other name they mentioned? These people was Charlie. Now, if that name might ring a bell or not, but in this Faceless subpoena, the full records that I just got, the Faceless and the number that I've literally started subpoenaing today, said that we don't know who the number is. It said, I know you talked to Charlie about the attack helicopter imports. We need to discuss something later. 2 more birds have been delivered to Charlie at the safe location.
Yeah, I saw that. Could that be Charlie Jones or no?
I thought that maybe, but I'm honestly leaning away from Charlie. Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, well, you're
Well,
right.
I know Charlie's just CHR.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is spelled differently. Yeah, but I'll be honest. Don't tell them I said this. The Faceless hasn't always been too good with their grammar and spelling. All right? They haven't got like a spell check or nothing. And like sometimes like it comes through and it's not great. You know, I think they could probably, you know, if I was in the Faceless, they'd need an assistant. Exactly.
Unknown number.
Oh, that's my wife. I need to answer.
Oh, god damn it.
Boring. Imagine being married.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hey, can I call you back soon?
Did you notice Lang's cane today? Yeah.
Is what?
His cane.
What about it?
Well, I couldn't quite tell about the tip of the cane, but he had like, you know, the tip where you put your hand on it, and
yeah,
it looked like a bird of some kind. Like I saw feathers and shit, and I think I saw a beak, but I couldn't tell because he was holding it what it was. It looked really well made, though.
I didn't pay attention.
Wait, Lang had a cane
Yes.
for the birds. Has he ever mentioned anything about Hope or Noxie?
Lang? No. He's we've only spoken to him today. And he did give us some pretty good info.
Spill the tea to Peters about that.
You know, there was so much. I write anything down? I don't think I wrote anything.
I mean, if Gunnar said that you made a recording.
Yes, it's all on recording. He said a lot. Like he was pretty open with us for the most part. I think he lied about not seeing. So he owns the Rooster's Rest. He admitted it. He said it's a band that, you know, it's not in use. He's the only one who uses it. He said only one who has access. I asked him about the dossier we found with the photos in it of Rooster's Rest, and he was like, "No, I've never seen that." But I don't believe him. I'll be honest. You know, I asked him about the Oracle, and he said, you know, what did he say about that again? Oh, he saw them tweeting out and stuff like that.
Yeah,
but he's never had any direct contact, but he's been trying to find them. Oh, I don't know who this is. Hold on. Hello.
Is Lando calling you from a payphone? Wink, wink.
Oh, it's an unknown number, guys. Let me go take this down.
No, you can't leave with all the tea.
Yeah, I'm
That's just
totally
me
on a
walking away with
payphone
the
right
tea.
now. That is totally working.
Yes. Who is this again?
It's Lando. We just talked.
Oh, Land. Sorry, didn't see your number pop up, so I didn't recognize it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what's
Hey, I
going
had
on?
one more thing. I meant to bring up, but you know, it's how it goes. It's just it's a whole thing with like the amount of knowledge that just goes this way and that way.
Yeah.
What do you know about the Oracle?
How'd you know their name?
How does old Lando know anything in this day in life? Well, you know, like I was saying earlier, everything's connected. And I think one more thing about some people you might not know about is they might have a thing or two. They might know about some little the old Oracle. People keep telling me about it, and I'm like, I've seen the Matrix, but you know, I heard whispers through the old tree. If you catch my drift.
Really?
Mm-hmm. May have been a guy that was being referred to as the Oracle
Hmm.
through that whole side of town.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Oh, got any deets? What am I dealing with here?
Difficult one, Lando. I know
Mm-hmm.
of them. I've been contacted by them.
Mm.
I don't know who they are, but I do know they definitely have an agenda, and I think it's a good one.
Good agenda, huh?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Be careful.
Oh, careful schmeriful. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I'm here for knowledge, the quest of untold information. On such a journey, it's incredibly dangerous, and thank God I haven't been aware of how dangerous my lifestyle is. I know damn well what's going on here, and I want to know more. So whoever's going to get me there, you got an ally in Orlando.
Mm. When I can tell you more, I will.
Hey, pleasure doing business with you.
You too, Lando.
Hangs up anonymous number.
What's Lando's full name? Greg Sausage Rolls? I actually don't know what his full name is.
Tell me about it. Oh, it ain't that. I didn't know why.
I found it. Glenn Anderson. I had it in my phone book.
Hey, I mean, a relationship is a whole nother source of drama for you, you know? It's just a whole nother source for drama to pop up for you. I mean, it could be a good thing. You never know. I'm hit. I'm hit. Sorry.
I feel like I'm
Okay. that was Lando from the guild, and he just told me something else. But let me carry on. Yeah, they heard the Charlie stuff through there. Then he mentioned, and I don't know if he slipped up about the name of it, but somebody had told him or shown him a calling card from the Faceless that they had received, and it was red and blue. Now, normally we've only seen
Red and blue?
Yeah, like it was 2 in 1 there. He said he can't remember whether the background was red and the front was blue, or it was vice versa. And I think he might have mentioned the name Dragon, but I don't know whether I misheard or he just said it wrong. But it could be Dragon Rush. Who owns a house that I'm relaunching? I don't know where. I do. Who he's tied to. But then he also. He's a bit of a conspiracy theorist, but at the same time, his whole thing is, you know, his quest for information. And so I'm not going to dismiss anything he says. He was like pointing out something about, you know, like the Legion Square building where we were gonna, the one above the bank.
Yeah.
It's owned by Wolf International. And
Never heard of them.
Right, me neither. But apparently, you know, Wolf International been buying up property around the city. And I also heard on the news recently that there was some unknown group buying up a bunch of property too. So I wonder if that's Wolf International. And then, you know, you ever heard of Nest Construction?
No.
No, me neither. Chris, you have?
I've heard it in passing, but I didn't think anything of it.
Yeah, well, this is nothing concrete. He's just saying that like Nest, structure, like, you know, doing some work through the city as well, you know, under the radar. Like apparently the building that's on the corner of Vespucci and Elgin, yeah, that one on the big like hotel on the corner is apparently under construction by Nest, like going to be renovated or something. And then also on the same sign that's like looping at the square is the Epsilon program, the Epsilon company. And he made some very strong implications that this whole orb stuff and the faceless stuff and Epsilon are all tied together. And what he just called me back for was to tell me that he asked me what I knew about the Oracle and suggested that individuals at New Epsilon were the ones that gave him that information, or at least let it slip.
Epsilon.
And I remember getting a tip, and I haven't been able to follow up on it because I haven't been able to find Elijah at the right time, who's the owner. But supposedly, the Faceless purchased the building that New Epsilon now reside in.
Huh.
Right, yeah.
How did we hear this?
I heard it through Princess. I think it wasn't Princess. It was somebody else. It was a CI of mine who is close with Elijah.
Okay.
I think that was Jordan, chat.
Interesting.
In other words, we've got a shit ton of info today. Whether or not I'm going to be able to write it all fucking down in a report right now, because I'm cooked out of my mind, is probably, you know, another thing. But yeah, that, you know, the whole thing with Lang and now this.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Well, I mean, the good thing is like you recorded what Lang said, right?
Yeah.
Did you happen to do that for the guild?
These guys, no, this is off the record, and they wanted it that way as well. This was, I'll be honest, like the whole supernatural, you know, this kind of stuff is very much like, for me, it's not a martial thing. It's whoever wants to investigate it and wants to have a good outcome in the end. Like, we're not when we're investigating that stuff, unless it's like the plague stuff where people are like helping out Dr. Smith, right? If it's anything other than that, then it's really a personal investigation. Like it's not a government thing, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. So I wasn't too bothered about that kind of stuff being on the record there.
Gotcha. Well, I mean, I just know that there seems to be a lot of loose ends tying up and tying together from what we thought was, separate things. But yeah, that's interesting. I have been talking. I have been looking into very, very lightly and loosely because it's not anything, government corruption related or threat to the state. But somebody's been stalking somebody named EJ who is associated with New Epsilon and been talking with Eliza with that. And so I was hoping to maybe get an in with Eliza to maybe see if I can get a tour of the New Epsilon building because she seemed
A good chat.
it's yeah. So I know that Abby had been looking into New Epsilon stuff before,
Mm-hmm.
but again, it's kind of hard to look into it without being like super suspicious to them.
Who's
So
EJ? And sorry, who's stalking EJ?
I don't know. It turned into this whole thing. EJ is associated and works for New Epsilon. So it was something involving this guy named Rob Stone. And something happened at Humane Labs one night. I actually ran into this Rob Stone guy when I was yeah, trying to install a camera there. And this whole incident went down like right before or right after I had ran into him. So yeah.
Okay.
Unrelated. But I used it as an opportunity to potentially get some more information on New Epsilon.
Good
So,
chat, yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I don't know what I'm gonna do right now, but I think I'm gonna go lie my head down in the back for a bit. So I'll catch you guys later.
Adios, muchachos.